What up, YouTube? Topaz Jace back for another review, and this one is to that Anderson Paak, that Who Are You? And I'm giving this one the red light, man, because this was pretty trash right here. You feel me? And I'm not just saying this as someone who's bitter, because there are better acts that's within Aftermath Interscope that's not getting any promotion at all, like John Connor and such, which I've talked about that numerous times. As it seems that the only way you're getting promotion this day and age under Aftermath Interscope is if you're doing music in some kind of relation to what Kendrick Lamar does. And a lot of people, when I said Anderson Paak is somewhat similar to what Kendrick Lamar does, people saying, nah, man, he got his own wave and all that. Man, close your eyes and listen to how he's flowing on this and tell me Kendrick wouldn't do the same thing here. And I get it. Kendrick Lamar is the biggest and best act in the hip-hop industry right now. I understand that. And it seems as if this record label decided, okay, that's the biggest act in the game right now. This is what people want. So therefore, everything we put out there has to be somehow, some way related to what this is happening. And that's how Anderson Paak has continued to progress and get the promotion that he's getting within this label right now, where everybody else is struggling. But I'm not disrespecting him here, because I do acknowledge Anderson Paak as a skillful individual. He has been able to put out some quality music, like, say, Tense, which ironically has Kendrick Lamar on it, but yet that could end up being a top 5 song of this year. So I'm not disrespecting Anderson Paak. I'm disrespecting Aftermath Interscope and Dr. Dre for not giving chances to those who are talented enough to get these chances. But let's go ahead and break this joint on down, man, starting with the production, where this is co-produced by Dr. Dre and some chick named Mel. First time I ever heard of this chick named Mel, but you can tell this is really Mel's beat, because Dr. Dre does that all the time. He'll take something that someone else did and throw some final touches and stuff on top of it so he can throw his name on top of the whole production and get paid twice. That's what Dr. Dre is somewhat known to do. As you listen to it, it got that tribal-like feel, where it's a drum-heavy production, as it sounds like something that Dr. Dre would mix and probably threw in some of his own drums, as it's supposed to be up-tempo and designed for the radio, and it's bad, but yet that could honestly work out in its favor. I understand this as well, because this is a formula that's been done throughout music industry for a while, like guys like Kanye West. Kanye hasn't dropped like a hit song in a minute, you feel me? Like nothing that phenomenal, but yet everything he does is so wild and out there and different that it stands out amongst everybody else that's getting rotation on the radio. So therefore, it'll leave an impression on you, so it does what it's supposed to do, whether it's good or bad. And in this case, in many cases that Kanye West has done, it's been bad. But yet it still does its job for you to pay attention and know who it is. Now, whether that's going to provide success for Anderson Paak, that's up in the air. Nobody's going to know until the times that they drop singles and see how many streams and how much money is coming back off of it. But my thing is, I know there's potential to actually create something unique and different that sounds like absolutely nothing, but yet it's still a dope and great song that I would actually value. And this is not doing that. As Dr. Dre also does add some background vocals in that hook and all of that, man, which it ain't too much of nothing that he's adding, and it doesn't make it that much better. Now, there's really not that much of a core concept to be had here. The closest thing to a core concept that you're getting from this song is Anderson Paak describing who he is, and at the same time, he's pretty much looking at these other people who are in the music industry that's not doing too much of anything, questioning them like, who are you to even say anything about him type stuff. You feel me? That's the closest you'll get to an actual concept, as we'll go ahead and look into it. Like verse 1, Anderson Paak is comparing his quote-unquote fly self on how what clothes he's wearing and what he's smoking and all that stuff to these unknown rappers that he feel as though y'all the reasons why he doesn't want to rap and all of that stuff, dude. And then in the second verse, he continues to dig deeper into himself on how he's talking about his grind and the money that he's getting from his grind, he's going to be willing to pass that on down to his god kids. And then he delves into his history, saying that he's just like his father and how he was once a hustler and all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, all he's focusing in on is trying to get this paper. And he's being a little lyrical throughout here, just a couple instances, like how he's saying to these dudes, you can't see me, I'm like the Loch Ness monster that nobody can get a picture of, that people claiming exists and all of that, but it's all fictional folktale and such. And then he got little word plays like, okay, my new enemies is bringing me back to my old ways. And that was pretty slick. I mean, it wasn't that intricate or anything like that. These bars are far from being able to save this track, but those were really just the highlights of it. Overall, man, a trash song that's worth maybe one listen to hear the little bars that he got up in there, but I don't like the production, I don't like the hook, I don't like the overall concept, and I really just dislike this record label and what Dr. Dre is doing to music because he's holding back careers. You feel me? I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there. And you can go to downloadpass.com, that's down there, to read today's article.